Legendary 3.0, was it a winner or was it a loser? You decide. Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. So, ultimate form. This is my ultimate form, Guardian of Island, and I sacrifice quite a few cards to craft this particular ultra form. I actually sacrificed two of my support cards because I got 5 copies of the support card, and I sacrificed I think about 20 other cards, generation 2 and generation 1 cards, to get the ordinary dust to craft my ultra form. And did I think it was worth it? Yes, I thought it was worth it, because that particular card has given a new lease of life to my deck. So for the current master collection card, it isn't happening for me, or the ultra rare. I've crafted all the duplicates that I got. Well, I smelt all the duplicates that I got so I could craft one additional rune, but just isn't happening this week. You can see the way the runes have fallen for me this week for the ultra rare, but I'm still happy that I could have gotten a ultra rare if all the runes were actually unique runes. So the ultra form card that I craft, I'm pretty happy with it. It's brought my deck to life. It's boosted the damage output of my support cards, which I love my support cards. As you can see, I've got 3 copies on this particular setup, and chaotic is active, so the ultra form has actually passed its kill skill onto all the cards on this particular setup, and they're doing quite a bit of damage. Not massive damage, but quite a lot more damage than they would have if they didn't have the ultra form on it, especially when the ultra form actually creates the ultra gem. The ultra gem actually enables this deck to do massive damage. And there was one particular thing that I discovered while I was playing, and I've been trying all weekend to actually create 2 ultra gems and swap them and see what damage the deck would actually do. Now the deck didn't do massive amount of damage, but it did do a bit extra damage because of this. So I'm gonna just look at a few of my setups, and while I'm going through the video, I'm gonna actually touch on a few things with Legendary 3.0. I mean, as usual, there's pros and there's cons. So this is one of the setup that I've been using throughout the weekend, and it's got Tenu, the cunning and ease just for health and to dispel weaken, because as you could see from the previous attack that I was being hit with weaken continuously, so my deck wasn't doing 100% damage. So it's got 2 support cards, Esteem Haldor and Guardian of Island. Now Guardian of Island, the ultra form, its battle skill, it creates up to 6 power gem at a rate of 2+1 per 75 Slayer skill points. It's no longer Slayer intensity. It heals for 2000% of each recovery and increases water Slayer attack by up to 60% for 3 turns. Used to be 2 turns, now it's 3 turns. That's what Fist of Island has actually brought to this card. It's got the ultimate gem, and it's got chaotic killer skill, which it passes on to the other cards when chaotic killer is active. So I'm running 5 relics on this particular setup. I've got 2 copies of the Matriarch Spear, I've got the Ice Tech Shredder, and I've got the Draconic Bangle, and last but not least, Dartbreaker's Bow. and the Heartbreaker's Bow and the Ice Tech Shredder can actually be ultimate relics as well. So as I said, this particular boss is one of the few boss that's actually running Chaotic Killer, and this boss is the boss that I've actually attacked most of the time to get most of my trophies. And let me say that the deck performs quite well when you can create the ultimate gem. Some people say the ultimate forms are a bit overpowered with ultimate gems, but if you were a pay to play player, you wouldn't think so, because I believe that as a pay to play player, if you're gonna spend say $500 to $1,000 or 500 to £1,000 and you've invested in a deck, you don't want that deck to be useless the next event. You want that deck to actually retain its value. It might not be 100%, but you don't want it to be 10% or 50%, 15%. You want it to be at least 75% and keep that 75% to 80% value over a long period of time. And that's what Legendary 3.0 has actually brought to the game. So for free to play players, I mean, the gap has now increased between free to play and pay to play players because of Legendary 3.0, but I still believe that free to play players are still in with a chance. You're still in with a chance because you can actually get an ultra rare and the Master Collection card without spending a penny. As long as you get 6 unique runes for the Master Collection card and the ultra rare, you can actually craft an ultimate farm card, which is really great. I believe we can do it. Lady Luck stops at everybody's door from time to time, so I believe at one point Lady Luck will stop at every free to play player door, because it's just through sheer luck why I got Fist of Islam and Dr. Nunat, and I was able to craft this ultimate farm, and it's given value to my Water Slayer deck, and I'm really enjoying playing my Water Slayer deck. I used to enjoy playing it even before the ultimate form, but I'm enjoying it even more now playing the ultimate form, especially with the ultimate gem. The ultimate gem is the bomb. Now with ultimate gem, what I've discovered is not all the time when you swap the ultimate gem it's actually destroyed. Some of the time you actually keep the ultimate gem on the board. So what I've been trying to do, I've been trying to keep this ultimate gem and create a second ultimate gem, and hopefully it will drop side by side and I could swap it and see the type of power that it actually generates. And after playing for hours, I managed to actually do it. I'm gonna show you later on in the video, but let's talk a bit more about Legendary 3.0. So Legendary 3.0, I believe that it's brought new depth to the game, not only for pay to play players but also for free to play players. Now for free to play players, I would say if you save your gem, get your support card, when you've got enough gems, there will become a time when there's a deck that will drop that you'll need to invest loads of gem in. Save your gem. I keep saying save your gem. That time will come that you will need those gems. Save the gem, play your event, and try as much to finish as high as possible on your solo leaderboard. You will be able at one point with this Legendary 3.0, I'm telling you, to actually finish as high as possible on the solo leaderboard and get quite a bit of gem. I've done it, you can do it, because I was in the King's League for around about 6 to 7 months, and around about October when the Fire Halloween deck dropped, I was lucky enough to get the full deck with just spending 2000 gems. 1000 gem for the relic and 1000 gem for the a second support card, and that enabled me to actually finish second place in the Kings League, and I was promoted to Emperor League. That's where I am now, and I know that eventually I'll get a deck that will actually enable me to get to the Legend League. That's where I want to be, in the Legend League. Legend League, I believe Legend League is where it's at. You can earn loads of gem in the Legend League, and that's what I'm doing. I'm collecting cards, I'm saving my gems, and I'm gonna wait on that deck that will enable me to actually get to Legend League. And I know with Legendary 3.0 I'll be able to get to the Legend League and actually stay in the Legend League. So we're drawing close to the point where I create my second ultimate gem and activate all my battle skill, and as you can see, 2 ultimate gems side by side. It took me ages to do this, but I've swapped them together, allow my cards to power up, and that's the type of damage output. 425 billion from the ultimate form, 394 billion, 366 billion respectively from my 2 support cards, one of which is still at level 1. So you can see it's actually given value to my deck, because Festive Islam and Dr. Nonat separately wouldn't be able to actually push out that damage output, not in a million years. Only with the ultimate form would I have been able to push out that damage output. And I'm a free to play player, I don't buy gems. The only thing I've done, and it's only because when I start playing the game I actually got VIP, so I just kept my VIP because I'm a gamer, that's what I do, that's my hobby. So I just decide I'll keep my VIP, and I save all my gems from my VIP, all my gems from my rewards that I get from the solo leaderboard, and that's how I've been able to actually keep playing the game. So now we're gonna talk relics. So ultimate relics, you can actually craft 2 ultimate relic. Yeah, Ice Tech Shredder, if you've got 2 copies, you can use dust and you can craft a ultimate relic. Is it worth it? You decide. What does these ultimate relic actually bring to the table? So you can see the flat up attack is actually 2,393,000 damage. It actually create 1 water gem per water slayer. It actually increase water slayer skill point by 1 every time a water slayer attack. It gives you 1 power gem tree if there are 12 or more water gem existing on the board, but only if an elf is on the team. And ultimate skill points, start the battle with 10 water slayer skill point as long as there's a noble killer active. So this one, if you haven't got a noble killer active, you won't get this. So is it worth taking 2 of your relics and crafting 1? For me, no. I'd keep my 2 relics separately, because I think it would give me more value to have 2 relics than 1 relic. But that's just me. I think the ultimate form, the card, is good, but the relics, I would say personally, I would say no. But that's just me. But as it goes, Legendary 3.0, just watch this space. So that's all from me today. So like, subscribe, and as always, please leave a comment below. This is Ike Dane saying peace.